Did you know that the average American home has over 300,000 items inside? Yet, studies show that 1 in 4 people feel stressed by the clutter in their lives. It sounds crazy, right? We spend hours decluttering, organizing, and getting rid of things, but somehow, we still feel overwhelmed. Decluttering seems like the perfect fix, but what if I told you it's not the answer to finding true happiness? Here's the truth. Simply clearing out your stuff isn't enough. Sure, it might give you temporary relief, but it won't solve the deeper issues. In fact, studies show that people who declutter without addressing their emotional attachment to things often feel just as stressed after the process. In this video, we'll dive into why decluttering alone won't make you happy. We'll explore the surprising truth behind emotional attachment, the pressure of perfectionism, and the hidden costs of owning less. By the end, you'll discover how to find real happiness through minimalist living, not just by removing stuff, but by changing your mindset and focusing on what truly matters. Let's get started. Chapter 1. The myth of stuff-free happiness. When we think of minimalism, we often imagine clean spaces, empty surfaces, and a lack of clutter. The assumption is that less stuff equals more happiness. But is that really true? The truth is, decluttering alone won't guarantee happiness. A study from the University of California, Los Angeles, UCLA, found that clutter can actually increase stress and decrease focus. However, eliminating physical clutter without addressing the underlying emotional clutter doesn't lead to lasting joy. Research shows that even after decluttering, people often feel an emotional void. The root of the issue isn't the stuff itself, but our attachment to it. True happiness requires more than just empty shelves. It involves understanding the deeper emotional connections we have to the things we own. When you declutter, you might feel an initial sense of relief, but it won't fix the emotional baggage we often hold onto. So, while clearing your space is a step in the right direction, it's not the full solution to long-term happiness. Chapter 2. The emotional attachment trap. Ever wonder why it's so hard to part with certain things, like that old sweater your grandmother gave you or the concert ticket stub from your first date? It's because we're emotionally attached to our belongings. Psychologist Dr. Sherry Hamby explains that we often tie memories, identity, and comfort to objects. These items become symbols of who we are, making them hard to let go. Studies have shown that letting go of sentimental items can cause feelings of loss and sadness, even if they no longer serve us. But it's not just nostalgia. Our brains are wired to attach emotions to objects, as explained in the book The Psychology of Stuff and Things by Dr. Sherry Borg-Carter. This emotional attachment can trap us in a cycle of overconsumption and hoarding. To truly declutter your mind and life, you need to confront these emotions. It's not just about discarding things, it's about rethinking what truly matters and why we hold on to things in the first place. Chapter 3. Mindful minimalism. A shift in perspective. Minimalism isn't just about empty spaces, it's about clearing mental clutter, too. To find happiness through minimalism, we need to adopt a mindset shift. Mindfulness practices, like meditation, can help us detach from unnecessary desires. According to a study by the American Psychological Association, mindfulness can reduce stress and increase happiness by helping people focus on the present moment. The act of simplifying your physical space is a start, but mental clarity is key to true minimalism. Mindfulness teaches us to question what we truly need and let go of attachments that don't serve us. In The Art of Simple Living, author Shunmyo Masuno discusses how simplifying your thoughts is as important as simplifying your surroundings. By learning to be present, we can let go of mental clutter that holds us back from joy. Mindful minimalism encourages us to focus on what brings real fulfillment, people, experiences, and purpose, rather than just what fits neatly on a shelf. If you're enjoying these tips, don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss more insights on living simply and mindfully. Chapter 4. The toxic pursuit of perfection. Minimalism can quickly turn into an obsession with perfection. Many of us are conditioned to believe that a perfect, minimalist home is the key to happiness. But striving for perfection can lead to frustration and burnout. As the life-changing magic of tidying up, author Marie Kondo famously says, "Does this spark joy?" But what happens when the perfect minimalist life doesn't spark joy? A report from the Anxiety and Depression Association of America found that perfectionism is linked to higher levels of anxiety and dissatisfaction. The pursuit of the perfect minimalist lifestyle can cause stress, as we try to meet unrealistic expectations. You might even end up feeling overwhelmed by the pressure to maintain a perfect environment. Perfectionism isn't healthy for our mental well-being. Instead, minimalism should be about simplifying in a way that brings peace and comfort, not perfection. It's about finding balance, embracing imperfection, and understanding that happiness comes from embracing life as it is, not from a curated image of what it should be. Chapter 5. The hidden cost of owning less. Living with fewer things sounds great, but there are hidden costs that many don't consider. For one, when you declutter, there's often the pressure to replace the items you've let go of with experiences or newer possessions. This can lead to what's known as the minimalist paradox, where the pursuit of less actually leads to more stress. A 2020 study published in the Journal of Consumer Research found that people who downsize often overcompensate by engaging in more activities or acquiring newer things to fill the void. There's also the risk of becoming overly focused on maintaining a minimalist lifestyle. You may feel pressure to constantly declutter or evaluate every new purchase, which can feel draining. Sometimes, we forget that owning less isn't the end goal, living with purpose is. When we live simply, we need to avoid falling into the trap of always doing more, or being better, in the name of minimalism. The goal isn't to own less for the sake of owning less, it's about intentionally choosing what aligns with your values. Chapter 6. Finding fulfillment beyond stuff. True minimalist joy. True happiness in minimalism comes from experiences, relationships, and purpose, not from the absence of stuff. A study from the University of Michigan found that people who spend money on experiences, rather than material goods, report feeling happier and more fulfilled. Experiences like travel, spending time with loved ones, or pursuing hobbies enrich our lives in ways that material possessions simply can't. True minimalist joy isn't about constantly paring down your belongings. It's about filling your life with meaningful experiences and connections. Author Joshua Becker, in his book The More of Less, emphasizes that minimalism is about intentionally choosing the things that matter most to you. When you focus on experiences and relationships, you naturally let go of unnecessary possessions that don't contribute to your happiness. Living with less can create more space for what truly matters. It's about making room for things that bring you fulfillment, like time with family, pursuing passions, and creating memories. Minimalism, in this sense, is a tool to help you prioritize what adds value to your life, not just to clear out your closet. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, hit subscribe to get more tips on living a purposeful, minimalist life.